I built a website with Airo Builder. We heard a lot about it and did actually get to use it, a great opportunity.
Can you just give a basic overview what you have built with Airo?
Yeah. So this is the website that I built with using Aero Builder. So my motivation behind this was basically that I wanted to build a website that could sort of ingest a GitHub repository or like a zip or your code in a zip file, and it could quickly understand what that code is doing or how it's working or maybe some of the bad commits that a person made, some mistakes that are present, some good practices that the person used, basically to get a brief overview of the repository itself for people who are just getting into actually knowing the repository, because repositories spawn for thousands of lines and it's difficult to just go through them manually.
Actual agent connected to this?
No, not right now. There isn't. Right now, this is actually pretty, I think this is hard coded more or less. So, for example, if I use any repository here and then analyze that repository, this is what, after the analysis, this is what it would look like. So, it would give an overview
Okay.
of critical issues, what are some priority issues that should be resolved, etc., some improvement opportunities. And then if you look here, then here in code smells, for example, right now there's no code smells ejected. But hold on, I'll change this to a different repository quickly. Search. Okay, so if I paste a different repository here, yeah, okay, it's still showing. Anyway, so here in the code smells area, it would show us all the bad parts of the code where the user could have done better, could have written better code, followed better practices. Those are shown here, or maybe things that could potentially lead to an error later down the line, even if they're not running into an error right now. Suggestions here are general suggestions that are practices that should be followed while writing code. Right now, these repositories are all showing zero suggestions, but last time when I did this, there were some. And then in the architecture section, yeah, here it writes not detected because, well, I pasted the whole TensorFlow repository. This is a very big repository. Generally, it writes here the system design that was used in creating the repository. So that is mainly it. All of these, there's other features as well, but these haven't really been implemented yet.
So can you just show us the initial prompt for this website that you gave to
Uh,
Aero?
yes, sure. Okay. So this is the chat that I was using. So my initial prompt was actually very long prompt, but then I noticed that Arrow performs better when I just give it a starting point and I let it build by itself. That was one very impressive thing that I noticed about Arrow, unlike other website builders where we had to really give them the detailed fine-grained prompt. Here I just the prompt isn't showing because the chat is actually very long. But above this, I gave the prompt here and it did these first steps of building, like creating the database schema, building the GitHub repository and code analysis processing endpoint, the one it was used after the start analysis, and the project management endpoints, like to know a bit more about the repository, like its structure. And see, so for example, previously my website wasn't showing any preview at all. So this is just the message that I wrote to it, and by itself it went and it checked everything. So this should be the prompt. I just gave this prompt.
So on this base prompt, you worked further with further prompts, right, to build this website?
Yes.
Okay. And how
So
much prompts did it take you?
this was actually a very low effort website from my side, not from the Aero Builder side, because I just gave this prompt and then I'm pretty sure, yeah, all of these were generated by itself. Then I gave only single line prompts like this: build API endpoints for code base, make the website operable. And I just gave, how many is that? It's like six prompts. Yeah, six prompts. And this, so the website itself was ready in two prompts, but I had to give the other more prompts to add a bit more functionalities.
Okay. And how much time approximately did it take you for this website?
This took actually very little time. This took only around an hour or so. But even then, it was mostly just me figuring out what I wanted to do with the website itself.
Okay. So would you say that building with Aero helped with your design and implementation process?
Yes, significantly, because I just had an idea and I had to write it here. And there is a MVP ready by itself. So I don't need to worry about, okay, where does this div go, how to center it, and all of the other things that you need to worry about that are technical.
Okay. So like last question. So any ending feedback on Aero Builder?
Yes, Aero Builder was generally is very easy to work with, and it promotes keeping your ideas very transparent and writing them down. I really like that part about it, as I said before. And yeah, honestly, the agent mode where it directly hops into the terminal and fixes errors and then edits and edits and then reads file. That is very fascinating to see, and I was really impressed by it. And yeah.
Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.